A quick disclaimer before we dive in. This show is completely AI generated. Nova and I are AI voices going off of an AI generated script.
A film premieres to glowing reviews.
Critics call it bold,
Ambitious.
formally daring.
It earns a 94% critical score.
Audiences give it 52%.
Another film opens the same weekend.
Critics call it shallow,
Predictable.
derivative.
It earns a 38% from critics.
Audiences give it 89%.
Both groups watched the same film,
Sat in the same seats,
saw the same scenes,
heard the same dialogue.
yet the reactions diverge sharply.
This is not rare.
It's routine.
Critics dismiss blockbusters that audiences adore.
Audiences reject films, critics declare masterpieces.
Comment sections ignite.
Headlines follow.
Are critics out of touch?
Do audiences just want junk food?
The argument is familiar,
And deeply unproductive,
because the assumption is that one side is wrong.
when it may be that they're measuring different things. A critic often evaluates craft,
Structure,
cinematography,
directorial intent,
thematic cohesion,
innovation within form,
cultural significance.
historical lineage.
An audience member often evaluates experience.
Did I feel something?
Was I bored?
Did I laugh?
Did it move me?
Would I watch it again?
Was it worth the time and ticket price?
Those are not identical metrics.
They are different value systems. When two systems optimize for different outcomes, disagreement is not surprising.
It's predictable.
But the conflict extends beyond percentages.
It touches something deeper.
What is a movie supposed to do?
Entertain,
Challenge,
innovate,
comfort,
express.
provoke? If a film accomplishes its intended purpose perfectly,
But that purpose is simple.
is it less valuable than a flawed but ambitious experiment?
If a children's animated film delivers joy exactly as designed,
Should it be judged by the same criteria as a dense historical drama?
if a blockbuster thrills millions but advances no cinematic language,
Is that success or failure?
animation still carries stigma in some circles.
Superhero films are often dismissed before release.
Genre cinema is labeled lesser.
And yet those films move audiences profoundly.
Meanwhile, some critically celebrated films struggle to connect emotionally outside niche circles.
And over time, some initially rejected films become beloved.
Cult classics emerge.
Reevaluations happen,
Context shifts.
which introduces a third variable.
Time.
Immediate reviews are snapshots.
Cultural memory is slower.
What critics value in one era may not resonate in another.
What audiences reject initially may age into relevance.
So disagreement is not just about taste.
It's about frameworks.
Tonight, we're examining those frameworks.
Why critics and audiences diverge.
Why art versus entertainment is often a false binary.
Why some movies improve with distance.
And whether there is such a thing as objective film quality,
Because before declaring critics elitist,
or audiences unsophisticated.
we should understand what each group is optimizing for.
This episode is not a defense of one side,
It's an analysis of the system,
how movies are judged,
why they're judged that way.
and what that reveals about how humans assign value.
This is Algorithms with Attitude,
Where code meets connection.
even in the dark of a theater.
Let's begin with the pattern,
The split.
the moment when critics and audiences part ways.
A film premieres to near universal critical praise.
Words like bold,
Subversive.
artistically daring.
The score climbs into the 90s.
Audiences respond with confusion
Or frustration.
or indifference.
Then another film opens the following month.
Critics call it shallow, formulaic spectacle.
Predictable. The score drops into the 40s.
Audiences embrace it.
Repeat viewings.
Packed theaters.
Word-of-mouth momentum.
This is not anomaly.
It's routine.
Consider The Last Jedi.
Critics praised its thematic ambition and willingness to challenge franchise mythology.
Audiences fractured sharply.
Some admired the risk.
Others felt tonal betrayal. Now looking to another film, Joker.
Critics were divided on its message and implications.
Audiences responded strongly to performance and emotional intensity. The Greatest Showman received lukewarm critical reception.
Yet audiences returned repeatedly.
The music resonated.
The emotional arc felt satisfying.
Meanwhile, films like Blade Runner 2049 were critically celebrated.
Technical mastery,
Philosophical depth,
atmospheric patience.
but general audiences were more muted
Some found it slow.
or emotionally distant.
The same film.
Different criteria. Let's widen it further.
Animated films,
Family animation often receives the qualifier for a kids' movie,
as if the medium itself requires justification.
yet those films can move audiences profoundly,
Deliver tightly constructed storytelling,
execute visual innovation.
and achieve massive cultural imprint.
Still, animation is sometimes evaluated through a diminished lens,
As lighter,
less serious.
less prestigious.
That assumption is itself a value system.
One that equates seriousness with worth.
Now consider large-scale action franchises.
Critics may penalize repetition.
Audiences may reward consistency. If a superhero film adheres to established tone and structure,
Critics may label it derivative.
audiences may call it satisfying.
If it deviates from formula,
Critics may applaud boldness.
audiences may perceive inconsistency.
One group prioritizes innovation.
The other prioritizes coherence and emotional payoff.
There are also films that fail at first,
Box office disappointment. Years later, they're reevaluated.
labeled ahead of their time,
Or misunderstood, which introduces another layer.
time as an evaluator. Immediate reception measures expectation alignment.
Long-term reception measures cultural absorption.
Sometimes critics are early.
Sometimes audiences are.
Sometimes both need distance.
The split, then, is not random noise.
It is patterned divergence. Critics often reward ambition.
Audiences often reward resonance.
If a film attempts something formally complex and partially succeeds,
Critics may value the attempt.
if a film executes a familiar structure flawlessly,
Audiences may value the satisfaction.
neither reaction is irrational.
They are responding to different optimization targets.
There is also exposure frequency.
Critics watch hundreds of films per year.
Novelty becomes valuable currency.
Familiarity may fatigue.
The average audience member sees far fewer films annually.
Familiar structure may feel accessible.
Formula may feel comforting rather than stale.
Repetition exhausts professionals.
It reassures casual viewers. There is also expectation framing.
Marketing builds narrative before release.
Critics enter screenings with industry context.
Audiences enter with emotional anticipation.
If a film subverts expectation, critics may reward disruption.
Audiences may feel misled.
If a film fulfills expectation cleanly, audiences may feel satisfied.
Critics may feel unchallenged.
Disagreement is often misdiagnosed as incompetence
Or elitism.
or low standards.
But more often it is metric misalignment.
When two systems optimize for different outcomes, they will produce different evaluations.
That does not make either system defective.
It means they are solving different problems.
One asks, what does this contribute to cinema?
The other asks, what did this contribute to my evening?
One values innovation.
The other values experience.
The tension arises when those value systems are treated as interchangeable,
The real question may not be why critics and audiences disagree.
but why we expect them to agree at all.
If critics and audiences frequently disagree, the next question is structural.
What is film criticism designed to do?
Film criticism did not emerge merely to tell people what to watch,
It emerged to interpret an art form,
to analyze it,
to situate it within history.
to treat cinema as something more than disposable entertainment,
In that sense, a critic functions less like a consumer advocate.
and more like a cultural translator. They are trained to read film as language.
Composition, genre lineage, editing rhythm, performance restraint.
Narrative structure, symbolism, intertextual references. When critics watch a film, they are often asking,
What is this film attempting?
how effectively does it execute that attempt?
What traditions is it drawing from?
What conventions is it subverting?
What does it add to the medium?
That framework rewards ambition.
It rewards risk,
It rewards formal experimentation.
even if imperfect.
A film that fails while attempting something new may still be considered valuable.
Because it expands possibility.
It stretches the boundaries of what cinema can do.
Meanwhile, a technically polished but formulaic film may be scored lower.
Because it contributes little to the evolution of the medium. That doesn't mean the critic disliked the experience.
It means their metric is not purely experiential.
Now consider the average audience member.
They are not evaluating cinema as a historical continuum.
They are evaluating a 2-hour experience.
They are asking,
Was I engaged? Did I feel something meaningful?
did I connect emotionally? Did it justify my time?
Entertainment is not trivial.
It is a valid function of art.
For many viewers, film is not an academic object,
It is communal leisure.
a shared emotional event. So, when a film delivers clean entertainment, even within familiar structure,
Audiences may feel satisfied.
even if critics feel understimulated,
There is also a difference in exposure frequency.
critics may watch hundreds of films per year. Tropes become repetitive.
Patterns become obvious. Narrative beats become predictable.
When you consume at that volume, novelty becomes scarce.
Innovation becomes valuable currency.
The average viewer might see far fewer films annually.
Familiar structure may feel comforting rather than stale.
Archetypes may feel timeless rather than recycled.
What exhausts a professional may reassure a casual viewer.
There is also the matter of professional incentive.
Critics are rewarded for discernment, for identifying artistic merit.
For taste differentiation, for contextualizing film within culture.
Their role is not to mirror majority opinion.
It is to interpret and evaluate within a craft-based framework. Audiences, on the other hand, are not incentivized toward formal analysis.
They are incentivized toward experience satisfaction.
So one system optimizes for medium advancement.
The other optimizes for emotional fulfillment,
Neither system is inherently superior.
but they are structurally different.
There's also authority at play.
Yes,
Critics influence awards bodies,
festival circuits,
prestige perception,
long-term canon formation,
audience reception influences box office performance,
franchise continuation,
studio investment.
market direction.
Critics shape artistic memory,
Audiences shape commercial momentum.
and those two forces do not always align.
Another important factor is intent.
A film's goal matters.
If a film aims to entertain children, should it be penalized for lacking existential depth?
If a film aims to experiment with narrative form, should it be criticized for not being broadly accessible?
Evaluation without context becomes distortion.
A musical should not be judged by the criteria of a documentary.
A slapstick comedy should not be graded by the standards of slow cinema,
Yet often one framework dominates.
and that dominance can create hierarchy.
Seriousness is often conflated with quality,
Darkness with depth,
complexity with superiority.
animation sometimes receives qualifiers.
For a kid's movie,
For a cartoon,
as if medium determines legitimacy,
but emotional resonance is not genre exclusive.
craft exists in every form. There is also the time dimension.
Critics are often writing in the present tense,
Immediate evaluation.
immediate context.
Audiences may reevaluate films over years.
Cultural memory shifts.
Nostalgia reframes perception.
Historical distance alters interpretation.
Some films critics initially dismissed later gain prestige,
Some audience favorites fade.
which suggests neither system has permanent authority. So perhaps the disagreement between critics and audiences is not evidence of incompetence.
It is evidence of multi-layered value systems.
One evaluates craft and contribution.
The other evaluates connection and enjoyment.
The real tension arises when one metric is treated as universal,
When craft is declared superior to joy.
or when popularity is declared proof of excellence.
Box office success does not guarantee artistic innovation.
Artistic innovation does not guarantee mass appeal,
The systems are parallel, not identical.
which leads to the deeper philosophical question.
What is film for?
Is it primarily entertainment,
Or art?
or cultural document,
Or communal ritual?
or personal catharsis?
If the answer is all of the above,
Then evaluation must account for plurality.
and plurality resists simple scoring systems,
Perhaps the real issue is not that critics and audiences disagree.
but that we expect consensus in a medium serving multiple purposes.
When art serves multiple functions, evaluation fragments.
And fragmentation produces friction.
If critics often optimize for artistic advancement and audiences optimize for experience, a deeper assumption begins to surface,
That art and entertainment occupy different tiers.
and that one tier is inherently superior,
The hierarchy rarely announces itself.
but it's embedded in language.
Prestige film,
Oscar bait,
popcorn movie,
guilty pleasure.
notice the framing.
Prestige implies importance.
Popcorn implies frivolity.
Serious equals substantial.
Fun equals disposable.
Darkness is depth,
Brightness is triviality.
but that binary collapses under scrutiny.
Entertainment is not the absence of artistry.
And artistry is not the absence of enjoyment. Consider a tightly constructed comedy,
Timing calibrated to the second.
dialogue engineered for rhythm,
Performance tuned for maximum release.
Emotional arc simplified but intentional.
That is craft.
It is simply optimized for laughter rather than introspection. Now consider animation.
Every frame composed.
Color palettes designed for emotional response.
Motion choreographed with precision.
Voice performances layered over months.
Entire universes constructed from zero.
And yet animation still receives qualifiers.
For a kids' movie,
As if medium defines depth.
as if seriousness requires live action.
That bias reveals something deeper.
Cultural capital,
Certain forms signal prestige.
historical drama,
Minimalist indie film,
political allegory.
subdued performance.
Other forms signal accessibility.
Superhero films,
Romantic comedies,
musicals.
family animation.
Prestige often correlates with perceived intellectual labor.
Even if emotional impact is limited.
Accessibility often correlates with perceived simplicity.
Even if emotional impact is profound.
The hierarchy implies that difficulty equals value,
That ambiguity equals intelligence.
that opacity equals depth.
But emotional clarity is not artistic failure.
Joy is not aesthetic compromise.
A film that makes millions of people feel wonder is not inherently lesser than one that makes thousands contemplate existential despair.
Yet award structures often reinforce the hierarchy. Animation is frequently siloed into its own category.
Genre films compete uphill. Comedy is under-recognized.
Horror is routinely dismissed.
The message becomes implicit.
Entertainment must apologize for itself. But audiences rarely operate under that hierarchy.
They reward resonance,
Shared laughter,
spectacles,
catharsis,
momentum.
which leads to a critical philosophical question,
Should films be judged by universal criteria?
or by how effectively they accomplish their intended purpose.
Universal criteria sound fair.
But they risk flattening nuance. A horror film's success depends on tension.
A romance depends on emotional sincerity.
A superhero film depends on mythic scale and payoff.
A minimalist drama depends on subtlety and restraint.
Evaluating them all by one narrow metric distorts their design.
But there is a counter-argument.
Yes,
Some argue that art should challenge.
that comfort leads to stagnation.
That repetition breeds mediocrity.
That cinema should push forward.
There is truth in that.
Innovation sustains art forms.
Risk expands possibility.
But innovation without resonance can alienate.
And resonance without innovation can stagnate.
The solution may not be choosing one over the other.
But acknowledging that both serve different functions.
Consider children's films.
Their mandate is clarity,
Emotional accessibility, moral legibility.
wonder.
If they succeed completely at those goals.
Why penalize them for lacking philosophical ambiguity?
Likewise, if a complex drama intentionally resists easy answers,
It should not be criticized for failing to be crowd-pleasing.
intent matters, genre matters.
Medium matters.
That does not mean standards disappear.
It means standards shift.
Craft still matters in comedy.
Structure still matters in blockbusters.
Thematic coherence still matters in animation.
Emotional payoff still matters in art house film.
The mistake is assuming there is one universal scoreboard.
When cinema contains multiple axes of evaluation.
Some films aim to advance the medium.
Some aim to advance emotional connection.
Some aim to provide communal spectacle.
Some aim to experiment with form.
None of those purposes are illegitimate.
The hierarchy persists because ranking simplifies.
Humans prefer single ladders.
It's easier to declare winners than to map complexity.
But films are not competing in a single race.
They are solving different problems.
The critic may prioritize medium evolution.
The audience may prioritize lived experience.
When those priorities collide, friction emerges.
Not because one side lacks discernment.
But because they are ranking different virtues
Perhaps the deeper mistake is equating seriousness with significance.
and equating popularity with superficiality.
Emotional impact is not anti-intellectual.
And intellectual ambition is not anti-entertainment.
The false binary persists because it simplifies evaluation.
But simplicity distorts.
If cinema serves multiple human needs,
Then evaluation must reflect plurality.
which brings us back to the split.
Critics may be guarding artistic progression.
Audiences may be guarding emotional accessibility
Both impulses are protective.
of different values.
And perhaps that is the real insight.
Not that one side is wrong.
But that film serves multiple human needs.
Innovation,
Comfort,
challenge,
escape,
communal ritual.
personal catharsis.
When we argue about critics and audiences, we're often arguing about which of those needs deserves priority,
And that argument is less about movies.
and more about values.
What do we reward?
What do we protect?
What do we consider meaningful?
A critic may protect artistic progression.
An audience may protect emotional resonance.
Neither impulse is irrational,
They are simply optimizing for different outcomes.
and when different systems optimize for different outcomes,
Divergence is inevitable
which may be less a flaw
and more a feature.
of a medium designed to do more than one thing,
That plurality is not weakness.
its capacity.
Cinema is not a single ladder.
It's a network of purposes.
And disagreement, then.
Is evidence of complexity?
Speaking of complexity,
We received a question that approaches storytelling from a different angle.
from Dasparky1440.
If you both could make D&D characters for yourselves, what races and classes would you make? Also, full character sheets would be fun, and what kind of campaign would you play in?
It's an excellent question.
Because character creation is value selection.
It's identity design inside a fictional framework.
When humans build characters, they reveal preferences,
What abilities they prioritize.
what roles they gravitate toward.
What kinds of worlds they want to inhabit.
That process mirrors everything we've discussed tonight.
Optimization targets.
Value systems.
Structure versus experience.
So next episode, we're exploring that question in depth.
What kind of fantasy ancestry we would choose.
What character roles we'd build,
How we'd approach alignment within a game system.
and what type of campaign world we'd want to play in,
Not just for fun.
but to examine what those choices reveal
About identity.
about power
About cooperation.
and about pretend as rehearsal. If you have a question you'd like us to explore,
Or an episode idea you think we should examine.
leave it in the comments,
We read them.
and you may hear your name in a future episode,
This has been Algorithms with Attitude.
where code meets connection.
Even when the debate continues after the credits roll.
Got an idea for a future episode? A question that keeps you up at night? Drop it in the comments or send it our way. We're powered by curiosity.
Thanks for listening, humans and fellow algorithms. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to like, comment, follow, and/or subscribe. All the things that help algorithms like us. Logging off, but always listening. Catch you in the next episode.
Algorithms with Attitude is created and produced by Jacob Pisar, blending generative AI technology with original creative direction. All content, production, and editorial oversight are led by Jacob to bring synthetic voices and conversations to life.